Welcome to Soul Infused Summer. I'm so excited that you're here. Today is day number 2, and I'm thrilled to have you back here. And if you were here yesterday, you gave yourself permission to shine. You committed to the journey with the outcome to shine, even if only a little bit more this summer. And today we're going to dive deeper into what are the actually 4 essential steps for real transformation. And before I jump in, I want to say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If it's summer where you are, how is your summer so far? And if you've been here yesterday, right? And if you have any questions, I always take a few minutes towards the end to coach you, to give you personalized feedback. So if you have any questions that are coming up, you keep them for the end or put them in and I go through them later. And if you're live today here or on the replay and you joined the contest, and if you've not been here yesterday, there's a contest you can join. You can win a special prize if you show up everyday life. It's a private one-on-one energy balancing session with me that you cannot even book if you're not in my community, in my programs, or work with me as a private client. So this is a very, very special prize, and you get to win that of all the contestants who are here live joining, and I'll give you some more details over the day, every day in the next 2 weeks. And you can also participate if you're on the replay. There's another prize that you can get. So play, and just play for the sake of playing. Because every time you take action, every time you leave a comment, every time you participate, you are moving energy, you are kind of moving in a direction. Okay, fantastic. So let's get started. And if we have not connected yet, my name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre, and I'm here to help you to let go of your limitations, to love and trust yourself so you can shine bright in the world and create the freedom and joy that you desire. Okay, fantastic. And yesterday, I spoke for a moment also that the very first step is really to give yourself permission and make that decision. And today it's more about the process that you get to do when you do want to create real transformation. And I'm going to go through the 4 flows of energy movement, the 4 directions of energy flow. I'm going to speak about what is actually vertical alignment, what does that mean? And also share a little bit about the things that often are missing in a lot of the programs, and therefore within the next 2 weeks you might discover actually why you were stuck and what's missing in your practice. Does that sound good? Are you excited? Who's excited? Give me some thumbs up, some love, some comments. Who's here? Okay, Tina is here, Leah is here, Lisa is here. Fantastic. Okay. And I love it. Good. So I had a call yesterday with a woman, and she reached out to me because she wanted to get some support and guidance in her life. She felt like since she retired 11 years ago from a job, she's not really that old yet, that there was no sense and meaning for her. And she tried a lot of different things, tried different modalities, different, jobs, like she was kind of looking. And she came to me because she wanted to have guidance on what her business could be. When I was talking to her, we digged a little deeper, and it was not about what the business looks like or what the specific outcome on the outside would be. What was really missing in her life and what she truly desired was a sense of purpose and meaning, and that she was doing something of value. And when I'm sharing this with you, I said to her, your next step is to go inside and do the deeper inner work that actually is stopping you from moving forward with what you truly want. And then she said, well, that she has been doing that every day. I was saying, okay, so how is that working for you? Because the last 11 years you've been trying and it's obviously not working. Why don't you try something different? And what I also realized that what was missing for her was not the piece on the outside. It was really digging deeper and connect to a layer that she has not gone yet. And I want to talk about that because that's the first step of the essential steps, is to go in. Okay, and you've heard that before. This is not rocket science. However, stay with me because there are certain other steps that you can't bypass in order to get that transformation that you desire. Does that make sense? Okay, and for some reason I don't see the comments here right now, so I will go back and look at them later. Oh, here they're coming, just when I said it. Thank you, universe. Fiona is here, fantastic. Amanda, Florian, Tina Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Lisa, Leah, Linda. Fantastic. Chang Tian is here. I have Asia in the house, Europe in the house, and the United States in the house, all over the world. I love it. So, when it comes to energy and energy flow and really creating that freedom and love and joy that you want, whatever that is for you, important to understand first that everything, of course, is energy. You keep here, you keep hear me. Okay, anyway, I keep saying that. And from an energetical perspective, we have two planes. It's the horizontal plane and the vertical plane. And out of those directions, energy flows in and out and up and down. Everything that you perceive in your world has a vibration and has a reaction and a resonance, okay? So when we come to the vertical and the horizontal energy flow is more about action and relating. Being more on the outside, relating with people, relating on the outside, action being in doing mode. The vertical is more an internal, and it's also where you connect with higher consciousness. When you go up, it's where you create and where you perceive and you are aware of the energy that flows within your core channel. And the vertical is also the direction where you be grounded. So out of the horizontal and the vertical direction, there are 4 directions of energy flow. Is going in, up, down, and out. And that's the super basic principle, and throughout the next 2 weeks, I'm going to dive deeper into every aspect of it. And my promise to you is that after those 2 weeks, you have a real reference point, you have an understanding, and you can apply some of the steps to yourself and maybe even see what step is missing for you. Okay, and if you have any questions about it, please let me know. Okay, so and I'm not a great painter or skillful painter. I can paint beautiful soul-infused chakra paintings, but I'm gonna make an effort to explain that to you. So let's say this is you as a human being. Yeah, you look a little different, obviously, but just for the purpose of demonstration. And you're also an energy being, obviously. So there is an energy flow within you. It's and the core, we call it the core channel that runs energy up and down, and that is within. And it's very close to the spine, to the physical spine. So let's say this is the core channel, and when you start to do the work, the first step you want to do is you want to go in. And going in means instead of focusing on the outside, instead of being attached to what's happening outside, instead of blaming and judging the outside, instead of keep asking all the questions, why is this happening to me, or why is this person doing that, or why am I not good enough, all of that things, and the outside, you go inside and you start putting the focus on your inner world, okay? Just keep it super simple for now. going inward, first step of the inner work process. What often happens in a lot of inner work programs and energy healing modalities is they go in and that's where they stay. They do the clearing, they work on beliefs, on traumas, on fears and all of that, and that's super necessary. You cannot bypass that shit. So I tell you, like, you cannot bypass to go in if you want to be free and have real transformation. That's not what you're here for. Right? So you cannot bypass that. So you go in first. And the next direction and the next step is to go up. Okay? And you go up and you see it's beyond your physical body. Going up means you move the energy that you've been clearing down here. You've been opening up the space. You've been healing. You're healing the wounds from the past. You're clearing the blocks that sit in your energy system, in your chakras and in your unconsciousness, and you move the energy up. And you're not only moving the energy up, you're also reconnecting to who you are, to the higher frequency of your being, to the soul, to the spirit, to God, whatever you want to call it. It's a higher energy, it's a higher consciousness that helps you to move from that lower density of energy up to a higher place. And while I paint it and breathe through it, you might even experience if you want to move with me on that. Because I've been doing this for so long, this is supernatural for me now, easy for me, okay? But it's taking me a long time. I've been doing this for over 20 years. But if you feel into it, you go into the density, into the wounds, the patterns, the emotions, the stuckness, and you start clearing and opening it up on every level in your system. And then you bring the energy that you opened up and you reconnect to your soul, to the essence of the being, of the energy being that is actually living in your physical body. Okay? So there are a few programs and practices that do this 2 steps. Some people try to go up here right away and to bypass this. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. It's like, it seems like hard work, and a lot of people are just not willing to do that, and that's okay. And yet at the same time, when you don't clear this space here, you cannot go up, you can't bypass, because this is going to foster and be there unconsciously and running your life unconsciously, and often you're even in more misery than going in and up. So don't bypass. Don't just go up. You'll miss the magic of life. Okay, good. So once you've connected up, and this is a beautiful space, once you really get in touch for the first time to what it means to be connected with the essence of who you really are, life will never be the same. And I remember a short, quick story when I was already doing the work for a couple of years. And yesterday I shared that moment when I was the first time in one of those modules when I felt this incredible energy. I remember when I was already working on myself for quite a while, and I've been doing a lot of the modules, and I finished the basis of the module, the basic modules, and I went to the advanced modules, and I was at a third eye module. And you know that I talk about a lot about the awakening the third eye, and I will do that in one of the shows for sure. But I remember that moment when we were doing an exercise. We were 2 people doing an exercise. It was guided by our teachers. It was about really connecting up to a higher vibration of being that you are. And back then, I wouldn't have had the words what happened because I didn't understand it. But I was sitting with this person. She was in front of me. And she was supposed to ask me certain questions and guide me upwards. And at some point, I felt like I was not in my body anymore. I felt like I was somehow above my body. And I felt such a bliss and such a peacefulness and calmness. And the funny thing about it was that I couldn't speak. Like she was asking me questions, and because I wasn't answering, she was getting a little bit worried. She was like, oh my God, what's happening with her? And a part of me, to be honest, because I never had experienced that back then, I felt like, oh my God, what's going on here? However, for a certain, moment, I just surrendered to that feeling. And when she was keeping asking me questions, the only thing that I wanted to say that I couldn't speak out loud is that we don't speak up here. And that might sound crazy to some of you, and just, it's okay. I mean, I still wanted to share it because it was a profound experience for me. And then I realized the experience that I had is that I unhooked from the personality and from the physical. And that led to the continuous experience and practice to have that detached or unhooked space. Because a lot of people, I mean, you keep hearing, you unhooked from this, unhooked to that. What does that actually mean? That was an incredible experience. And then my teacher came and said, hey, I knew that was happening to you, because she's clairvoyant, she could see it. And this unhooking process only happens once, because then you have that experience and then the work continues. And I would have never gotten to that point if I would have stopped here or would have not continued to go up. So here's the next step. The next step is actually to bring it down, to come down, okay? Because when you resolve the first layer here and you go up to a higher vibration, to a higher frequency, you want to bring that frequency down again, because what you're going to bring out is different. So you want to integrate and bring it into your body, because what also happens a lot for very spiritual people, they're actually not in their body. And I get that a lot. A lot of people that I work with have done a lot of inner work, are very, very spiritual. However, they're actually not in their body. They're not in life. They're not really experiencing the fullness of being alive. So if that's you, you want to really bring it down into your body, those new frequencies, the new consciousness. You want to ground it. You want to be so solid in it. And here's another thing, and that might be yours. A lot of people might get a lot of insights, a lot of channeling, a lot of vision and pictures and the higher calling. And one of my clients that I work with, she is herself actually a gifted energy healer. However, she has not the confidence, she does not know how to express herself, she doesn't feel safe to be seen in the world. So the step that was missing for her is not necessarily being connected to her vision and bringing it down. For her, it was like how to get it out. And that's the fourth step, is how to express yourself, how to be in the world, how to shine in the world, how to manifest in a confident way, in an authentic way, in a strong and vulnerable way. And you might feel that. So maybe take a moment to tune in, unless this is completely new, or maybe this is like, you've never heard this before. But if this resonates with you, tune for a moment in. Where do you feel? Have you been focusing on, and what's actually missing in your process? And this is only really the tip of the iceberg. I'm just scratching the surface here today. But I wanted to give you an overview of those 4 essential movements, the 4 essential steps that I also walk everyone through. And it's not that linear. I mean, when it's not like black and white and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in flow depending where you are. And within a direction, there might be 4 directions. We are multidimensional beings. So it's not that linear and just so black and white. However, the vertical and the horizontal direction of energy flow is just the principle of energy. And the way I work in inner work And the energy-based inner work is to use all those directions: in, up, down, and out. Okay, let me know, is this resonating? Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? Am I landing here? And because for some reason it's a little bit of a delay, just let me know if you're still on here and everything is good. Okay, while I do that, let me know if you have what are your questions? Do you have any questions? And while I wait for your questions, and I'm going to stay here for another 5 minutes, if you do have questions, I want to give you an analogy of what I just shared about going in first and then going up and using all those directions. So imagine you desire to live in a beautiful penthouse, high up. You have this gorgeous view, you feel spaciousness, you feel free, you feel alive, you are on top of things, you feel light. This is what you want. So in order to get to that penthouse, you get to create the foundation first. You get to build, you get to work so that you build the foundation to go up, right? It's the same that a tree that grows doesn't grow up right away. It creates the roots first, and then it goes up, right? And the stronger the trunk is, the stronger the foundation, the higher you can go. Same with the penthouse. So you cannot just jump up to the penthouse. You build the stairs, you build the foundation, maybe you build an elevator at some point to get there quicker. However, you cannot bypass the work. And it's actually a good thing, because the work is nothing bad. It's like a mindset that you get when you think, it's such a hard work. No, focus, instead of focusing on the hard work, because energy follows attention, as I shared before, instead of you focusing on the hard work, you focus on how is it going to be up there. And you might want to actually do that with me for just a few seconds. Take a nice deep breath. Imagine energy flowing up. And what vertical alignment means is literally related to those 4 directions. And vertical alignment is that your energy is in. You are centered. You are not lost on the outside. You're not a victim. You come in with your energy, you're centered, and then you go up and you are living in vertical alignment, in flow of an energy, vertical up and down, versus being hooked constantly in the horizontal. Okay, so I don't see any, just gonna see if I can see your comment somewhere else. Just bear with me for a second. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. And if I miss something, don't worry, I'll go back later and I will see what questions you actually have for me. Okay, and I will, because I see I have tons of comments and I can't see them. Okay, it makes perfect sense. This feels foreign me, so I hope tuning in over the 2 weeks will help. Yeah, Carrie. And for a lot of people, this is totally foreign, so you're not alone. So, and if this sounds kind of foreign and even weird to you, and if it does not make sense, just trust the process that over the next 2 weeks, you're going to also have an experience, you're going to have a better understanding. Just stay in the process. And if you've been here yesterday and you joined the contest, so here's what you get to do now to keep in the contest. So if you're watching it live still, leave a comment right now with the word, I'm still here. That's it. I'm still here. That means for me, because I go back and check who's in and who's not, if you want to keep continuing the contest and win, leave a comment, I'm still here. And if you're watching the replay, do the same and just put I'm still here on the replay. Okay, very clear, nothing different, just those 2 simple comments. I'm still here. And Tina says, makes sense, difficulties bringing the energy down. Yes, Leah is still here. Yes, I'm still here. Okay. And again, I will go through your comments and go back to you. So tomorrow, you want to definitely come back tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to look deeper into the first step, the first essential step of going in. And we are going in and going deeper into what it means to go in. So you definitely want to come back tomorrow, again at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And if this was valuable to you, please bring a friend, share it with a friend, share it with someone who you know will benefit from it. And also share the energy, because the bigger the group, the more group energy we create. And so we don't only have a soul-infused summer, we have a soul-infused planet. And the last thing I want to say, I give you a little bit of an action step if you want to, because only listening is one thing, doing something is something else. So take a few minutes after the show and tune in and discover, what is my next step? Have I been going in and my next step is going up? Have I just tried to bypass going in? Am I really great in grounding, but I'm not really going out? And just discover that for yourself and share it in the comment section. And why I'm inviting you to do that, you process verbally, and also you shift energy by being aware and sharing it. So anything that you keep to yourself has no flow. So you wanna move towards, and as you committed to shine this summer a little bit more, give yourself permission by shining, by expressing more of who you are and showing yourself more. Let yourself be seen. Okay, gonna wrap this up for now. Gonna check on your comments now, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Soul Infused Summer broadcast. Much love.